When we hear the word freehold, especially in Singapore, we think about properties that we can hold on to it forever, we can pass on to the next generation, and we think that there's a huge premium to it just because of the title freehold. And today, if you're holding on to a freehold property or you're thinking of buying a freehold property, here's everything you need to know about this term that is given to properties in Singapore. The first thing you need to understand is that there is no such thing as a property that you can hold on to it for generations to come and nobody can take away from you, because you need to understand that in Singapore there is this thing called a Land Acquisition Act, which basically means that the Singapore government reserves the power to take over any land or building for the purpose of public usage. And they've actually used this act to acquire several buildings and land for the purpose of building roads and MRT. The second thing you want to know is that your freehold property might potentially go through an Unblock. So if you're thinking of holding on to this property and passing on to the next generation, there is a good chance that all you will be able to pass on to your next generation is the money that you get from the Unblock, which you can also achieve by holding on to a 99-year property. Third thing you need to understand is that freehold property also go through this phenomenon called the lease decay. As the property gets older, maintenance fees start to go up and demand for the property starts to drop, as most people prefer to buy newer properties. And if your freehold property goes through lease decay, the value of your property might also go down alongside with it, regardless of the tenure and the location. So like I always say, if you're buying a property and you're locking so much equity into it and the price starts to depreciate, the losses that you incur holding onto the property might be something that you want to consider. So with all that being said, I hope you really understand the full spectrum of what freehold means when it comes to Singapore property. So I hope you learned something today, and I will see you in the next video.